Welcome to Report. Today I'm going to be talking about a game that was ported to Steam from China, Sands of Salzaar. Sands of Salzaar is an action RPG strategy game hybrid that's kind of a clone of Mount & Blade Warband. This sort of made sense to me because I discovered that there seems to be a lot of Chinese interest in Mount & Blade Warband. There's even 3 Kingdoms mods that adds all your favorite Chinese characters. They even have Chow Chow. The hell? They added Super Smash Brothers? Was this 64? Was this Project M? Sands of Salzaar. It even goes to the length of having its own character creator, despite the character portraits being 2D. This game's interesting. It's early access, and it's less than $20. It's about a Chinese apocalypse that causes a China wasteland desert. If your game launches in Chinese, here is my quick YouTube tutorial on how to set it to English. Sands of Salzaar is an action RPG strategy game hybrid with some simulation and MOBA mechanics. Sure, why not? It's got the whole quick cast thing if you're familiar with League of Legends. If you hold down the button for an ability and then release, it'll cast it at your desired location. It's also got dodge rolls like Dark Souls, so that's something. Yeah, it's also got like 300 hours of plot apparently. According to the early access roadmap, it also has 65,000 new storylines that just came out. And English. There's all sorts of stuff they've added, including mod support. So if you want to make some sexy lady mods, which you can find everywhere in this game's mod community, there's all sorts of stuff you could do. This game probably has 1,000 hours of gameplay if you're really into it. There's a character creator where you can make custom characters based on preset classes. I think there's New Game Plus where you can actually make your own and unlock features to, kind of customize them and mix and match. But there's a ton of different playstyles, which I think is good. My biggest complaint would probably be that the Knight Errant, which is probably the most fun class in the entire game, doesn't support the story quests for some reason. Maybe because it's just so good. It's probably one of the best classes I got to play. There's also ones I didn't get to try, like the Sultan. The Sultan allows you to start off with a town. It allows you to start with land, so you don't have to be like a wandering hobo. The recommended one is the Spiritmancer, and like a complete idiot, that's the one class I didn't try, because I thought it'd be funny to play the Bounty Hunter. There's also like weird variations of the starter classes, like for example, there's 2. In your first playthrough, you only get 89 legacy points. I recommend you get 2 40 cost abilities, and then in the items tab, get a prestige token. For what I understand, the prestige item affects your talents, which I'll get into the talent tree later. I need to tell you how to do the talent tree. For 40 cost abilities, I highly recommend you get the charge skill. The charge skill is probably one of the best skills I've tested in this game. It's extremely low cost. It causes CC, so it knocks up the enemies in the air for a very long period of time. And it only costs 50 mana, which is pretty much the lowest you'll get with abilities in this game. As well as that, it has a bunch of stat buffs. Certain abilities also have trees you can go down to increase stuff like agility or strength. So if you get charged, for example, you wouldn't have to get a strength boost. There are also some that do lifesteal. I highly recommend you get lifesteal abilities if you can. You'll get a little description of your character class that you picked, and then you'll start in this Merchant Valley. Depending on your start, you won't really have too much to work with. This is extremely important. Equip your weapons. You have to go into your inventory and right-click on your weapons to equip them, otherwise you fight barehanded. Yes, game good. Video too long. Go buy game, $15. Sands of Salzaar.